Hey all you bros and babes, my name's Dan and I cover everything from altcoins to NFTs. Now I can't give out investment advice, but I can tell you what seems legit. Do you live in your in-laws' basement?
Well, it's living room couch, but yeah.
Is 90% of your time spent on crypto?
Where's Clicker at? I ain't watching this crap no more.
Then you probably heard Donnie Trump launched a meme coin.
MAGA meme coin, now we're talking.
Well, it probably should have been called the Martin Shkreli crap catastrophe coin.
What?
This might actually be one of the most confusing things we've come across in crypto in quite some time. We took all the versions that are floating around out there, gave them to the intern, and let him sort it out. So if it's inaccurate or just plain doesn't make sense, you know why. Pirate Wires posts that Baron Trump is launching / spearheading Daddy Trump's DJT meme coin. Farmer bro Martin Shkreli, I'm not sorry if I messed that name up, starts promoting this coin. Two big names on X, GCR and Axe, both catch wind of this and say something ain't right. So they decide to bet the farmer dweeb 200 million total that this coin is fake. Arkham Intel gets in on this and says, you know what, we're gonna throw up $150,000 if you can prove who the creator of this coin is. The 2D detective Zach XBT, who's also very well known on X, jumps right on top of this. Shkreli immediately DMs Zach after this saying, hey, don't do this, and then immediately comes out in an X space and admits that he's the one that made this coin. About 2 hours later, Zach's able to claim that $150,000 bounty, with Arkham coming out and saying, yeah, Shkreli is the creator of this. Shkreli backtracks and starts running around saying Baron Trump is actually the legitimate creator of this and is the only one that has the private keys. Now, like I said, there's a lot of versions of this story that are going around, and Shkreli has his own version that goes into a lot more detail. If I try to explain this in this video, it's gonna be like 4 hours long. So I'm gonna leave a link down in the description if you want to check this story out.
So old Donnie ain't in this, huh?
Speaking of drama, Certik, the smart contract auditor, found themselves in a little bit of hot water after discovering a bug on the exchange Kraken. So Kraken just started allowing customers to use funds that have been deposited on the platform before they're actually cleared for trading. While participating in a bug bounty program, they were able to figure out how to more or less mint tokens on the exchange itself. They were then able to withdraw those tokens and sell them for the legitimate counterpart. Now, they found the issue on June 5th and they started with a 200 Matic deposit. Then 2 days later on the 7th, they were able to withdraw 90,000 Matic tokens. The next day on the 8th, they deposited 500,000 Matic tokens, and then on the 9th, they made their final withdrawal and were able to profit almost $3 million. Now, Kraken had no idea this was going on until Certik reported it on the 10th. And there was a lot of back and forth with Kraken saying, hey, you guys should have told us about this the moment you found it instead of doing all this. And Certik coming in and saying, well, you guys are demanding more tokens back than we were even able to take off the exchange. Now, all of this was finally resolved on June 20th after Certik returned everything that they took off the exchange minus just a tiny bit of gas fees. Now, Kraken did state early on that user funds were not in any type of jeopardy, and as a show of good faith, they decided to take that $3 million that Certik sent back and pass it out to all the customers via a USDT airdrop. But that doesn't even come close to what just happened with the Turkish crypto exchange BTC Turk. This is still developing, but it's been reported that there was a hacker that was able to compromise the hot wallets of the exchange, the ones that are connected to the internet, for roughly $100 million worth of 10 different cryptocurrencies. And the largest was AVAX. So if you notice the sell-off in Avalanche, it's probably because this guy or girl liquidated $54 million worth of this into Bitcoin. So no wonder crypto's in the trash can right now. If you haven't heard, crypto's dead, again, according to crypto Twitter, or X, or crypto X, whatever it is. And this is probably because Bitcoin's been in a little bit of a downtrend since early June and has failed to make a new high since early March. Hey, let me hit him with the charts. Why don't you hit yourself with the door on the way out? Hey, Cameraman Dan, over here, am I on? All right, cool. Now look, ain't nobody bidding the BTC right now because this thing is chopped more than hibachi guy right before the shrimp toss. Now look, on a daily time frame, you can see this selling volume come sliding in down here, right as these moving averages start crossing over. You want another kick in the teeth? This yellow fella just had a false breakout right here, and that led the RSI to make a divergence, leading us lower. Wham bam, there's the game plan, man. So look, I pretty much flipped the coin to figure out where we're going to ping pong around at, because 52K, it ain't off the table. Why don't we tell them something bullish? We're losing viewers over here. All right, let's zoom out to the weekly and clean this chart up a little bit. Now, let's take that Fibonacci and slap that on there. Well, it looks like he's lining up with our levels just a little bit. All right, let's expand our horizons just a little bit. And just like Emerald says, bam, 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 bam. All right, calm down. Now look, we know all these levels are legit because they all line up with each other. So on this side, we got the double top because buyers failed to come in down here and send this thing higher. And RSI is sending back down to the 50 level. So even though price action is southbound and down, it doesn't mean we're not going to get the run up after the retracement. Because history, it don't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Great, thank you. And it's probably not helpful that the German government decided to add $200 million to the selling pressure and still has roughly $3 billion worth of Bitcoin to nuke the market with. All right, why don't we shift gears here? What am I supposed to do while the market's selling off? Have you ever thought about getting into DePIN? It stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. Now, that's a long pill to swallow, but it is surprisingly easy to get into. GetGrass is probably the most well-known platform to get started with this. It utilizes your unused bandwidth from your internet and basically just checks random websites. It doesn't slow down your internet whatsoever, and you're going to be rewarded with points that you'll be able to sell on the open market after they launch their token. If you want to get started with this, I'll leave a referral link down in the description because you do need one to sign up with, and setting it up is as easy as going to the link, downloading the extension for your browser, signing up with your email, and letting it run. Now you're earning grass.
Now is this kind you smoke or run over with the lawnmower?
Now GetGrass has been out for a while, so if you're looking for something early stage to get into, I would check out NodePay. Now this one does require a referral to get started with also, but I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's very similar to GetGrass with how it utilizes unused bandwidth, and getting it set up is almost the exact same thing. They're not planning on launching a token, but the reward system with the points is going to make you eligible for whatever type of airdrop that they're going to be passing out, whether it's USDT or Solana or something along those lines. If you want something that's just a little more involved, well, a lot more involved, you should check out io.net, and you can think of this as a user-powered Amazon Web Services. Basically, as long as your graphics card or processor meets the requirements, you can rent out the unused computing power on their platform. They do have their own token, and it has already launched, so the airdrop for early participants has already happened. But if you have a newer GPU or CPU, you could potentially make some money off of it while you're at work. Like I said, it is a little bit more complicated to set up, but if you're interested in checking it out, I'll leave all the links in the description below. And finally, there's Rivals. It's kind of similar to io.net, but this is a roll app built on top of Dimension, if anyone remembers Dimension, and this is an AI-powered decentralized data and processing network. So the TLDR here is you can rent out your unused hard drive space and processing power for testnet points that will be converted into their native token Riz after they decide to launch it. Now this is another airdrop we're farming here because the testnet's only been open for a couple weeks, and down the line they're going to have data validation nodes that users are going to be able to run for some more serious rewards. Getting set up is relatively easy, especially compared to io.net. Just go to the referral link in the description below. You do need a referral for this one as well. You'll download and run what they call the R client from their website. You'll throw in your wallet address, which is compatible with MetaMask. You'll set how much of your hard drive space that you want to allocate to this. Then you just hit validate node, and you're all set up. The steps sound a little bit complicated, but if the intern can set it up on my mom's computer, you can definitely do it. All right, all you dudes and dudettes, I hope everybody got something out of this week's episode. And look, if I screwed anything up, slap on a caps lock and let me know down in the comments. But if you like what we do here at Seems Legit Research, give me a like and subscribe so I can quit working at Jimmy's Jerk Chicken and Chipotle Cheese Chateau. I got to go find the intern since he didn't show up for the video. The idiot probably got lost leaving his house.